Like that. Woo!
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Pull-Up Show. My name is BJ Matthews, aka B Jizzle. Before we get started, follow us on the YouTube page, the podcast, Spotify, or TikTok, the Pull-Up Basketball Podcast. Like, share, subscribe, all the videos. Hit that little button, subscribe button. Let's get it popping. All right, you guys know the drill. You know what I'm saying? Before you towel, wipe your feet. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe. All your YouTube friends, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Twitter, TikTok. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate all the love that y'all give to the Pull-Up Basketball Podcast. For our new viewers, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and follow us on the Instagram page at _the pull-up _, as well as all of our other social media platforms such as Spotify, iHeartRadio. Of course, you're on YouTube right now, Twitter. Pull-Up Basketball Podcast is spelled right here. The Pull-Up Basketball Podcast. You can find all of our live videos, our actual reaction videos, pictures, all this cool stuff with different NBA players, analysts. We got a lot of good stuff coming for y'all, you know, coming up. But we always want to make sure we give y'all quality content. And I know what y'all thinking, BJ, why do you keep being late for these lives? Hey, listen, I'm not always late. If I post a time, and I might be, 5-10 minutes behind, it's because I'm trying to get more information and gather some more data and information before I hop live or any live for that matter. I make sure to put my best foot forward for you guys with the content. All the information I can to give y'all the proper best live possible. Okay, I'm not one of these guys to just put up 4 or 5 videos and just keep putting out quantity. I prefer quality. Some people want to bring up multiple videos at one time. Okay, cool. If that's your prerogative, that's fine. And excuse the background noise. I'm driving right now. But I'd rather have more quality videos that actually people get something out of than just a bunch of other quantity videos that, miss data, misinformation, all types of stuff that doesn't really, pertain to the facts. You know what I'm saying? So I prefer to, give y'all that quality content. So that's the reason why I was a little bit late to that. I was looking at the game and watching some things and caught a few things that caught my eye. And I'm glad I did. You know what I'm saying? Salute my guy, Plays to Keep. What's good, bro? What's good for you, man? Appreciate all the love, man. So back to the point, man. The Golden State Warriors high kicked the Dallas Mavericks in the butt a couple nights ago. I did not do a live right after the game after this game. I apologize to you guys for that. I had some other things going on, but I'm gonna go and go react to that game 1 and also talk about a little about game 2, what to expect. The Dallas Mavericks lost to 87-112 to the Golden State Warriors, and the Warriors just really they took them out in that third quarter and beyond. Pretty much after the third quarter is when the Mavericks are just kind of, went away. I don't like to put my opinion on who's going to win the series until after game 3. Why is that? Because like I told y'all, the pattern of the NBA playoffs is like this. It goes like this. Game 1 is the fill out game where both teams, they play each other and they kind of fill each other out to see who's where. And, what they kind of just fill it out. They just go out there and play. Game 2 is an adjustment game for the losing team. The team that loses, they usually look back at this film and see what they did wrong. You know what I mean? So going into this game 2, Dallas Mavericks are going to make adjustments to try to, offset what Golden State did in game 1. And then game 3, there's going to be another adjustment game for the losing team. So right after the game 3 is usually when both teams make their adjustments. All right. So that's when I choose to make my predictions. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into it. So I'm going to what I saw from game 1 as well as what to expect for game 2 on both sides. So let me go ahead and start with the Mavericks, the team that actually lost. First off, there was a number of things that the Mavericks did that really just was they weren't ready, they weren't prepared for it. I think the Mavericks a little bit had some jitters at the beginning of the game. You had certain guys who've never been in that position, been in the conference finals. We know the Mavericks are they're a resilient team led by Jason Kidd, who's doing a great job. Shout out to Jason Kidd, where he's leading this Mavericks team. So that's all respect to him. But most of those guys have not been in this situation. The guys like the Jalen Brunsons, the Spencer Dinwiddies, the Reggie Bullocks, the David Bertans, the Max Klebers, those guys have not been held. If you want to even say Luka Doncic hasn't been in the situation, nobody team except their coach Jason Kidd, who has a championship. But as the players, they haven't been in this situation. So I saw a lot of the threes that they were missing in the first half, wide open shots, were geared to them being a little bit jitterish and nervous, being in Golden State's home court. So Dallas, of course, we're struggling for the 3-point line. Let me also get to some of these stats. One second. I want to make sure I give y'all the right information. Stats. All right, so basically the Mavs shot 36% from the 2, 22% from the 3, and 66% from the line. So that's all under 50% in all those categories. Okay. First half, they were struggling from shooting threes. They were very hyped coming into the game. Tim Hardaway Jr. and I forgot the other black dude who comes to all their road games and all their home games. I don't know if he's a player or what, but he was also on the bench, giving encouragement. The Mavericks have been that team throughout the playoffs as far as giving encouragement to their team, on the bench. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of that kind of died down as the game went on. All right, so let me talk about some of the aspects about the game that Dallas, I feel like that's why they lost. Number one, like I said, they lived by the 3. They shot a lot of outside threes that they just were not hitting. Okay. Reggie Bullock missed countless open 3 after open 3. Jalen Brunson was streaky from the 3-point line. He tried to get into the lane. Of course, who else? David Bertans, Max Kleber, they didn't really make no 3-point shots as well. Let me go back and look at some of the stats, actually. So if I look at the stats right now, Luka Doncic had the team high with 20 points, then led by Jalen Brunson, who had 17, and Spencer Dinwiddie had 14, and then Reggie Bullock with 12. So they didn't get much production, nobody from the match the Golden State Warriors scoring. Okay. TuneIn Sports says Warriors in 7. Warriors in 7. We'll see what happens, brother. See what happens. Thanks for joining the show. But back to my point. The Mavericks shot very bad from the 3. And if they're going to go up against this Golden State team and shoot like that, it's going to be a long night. Because we all know the Warriors, they're as far as 3-point shot, that's like their cornerstone. Their cornerstone is to hit outside threes as well as move the ball, cutters, and passing. That's what Golden State's cornerstone is. They're in great condition to move on the court as long as they do. Passing the ball around there. They have a system as well as they're in great condition, they can shoot. So if you're going to play that game with them, you better make sure you're hitting shots as well, or else you're going to have a replay of what happened on all right, so that was first thing with Dallas that went wrong. Number 2, lack of size. Dallas is not a big team in the paint. The White Powell, Reggie Bullock, David Bertans, Matt Kleber, they're not big guys. They're more finesse guys. Max Kleber and Max Kleber, he is somewhat of a physical person, but he lacks the athletic qualities that this Golden State Warriors team can exploit, right? David Bertans is a finesse player. Dwight Powell, he's somewhat of a athlete, but he's not really a physical, imposing player. Reggie Bullock, he can play defense, but again, he's a three-point shooter as well. My point is that nobody's over 7 foot on that team. I think Dwight Powell is 6'10", so they're pretty undersized. Now, Golden State's undersized, but the difference between Golden State and what I've seen with Dallas is that they're more physical. They're Kevin Looney, Draymond Green will go after those boards, and you know what I'm saying, they will push around the Dallas Mavericks as big, and that's why I think kind of what happened in this game. I think Dallas got a little bit bullied, you know, all throughout the whole spectrum and spell. They got bullied, you know, from top to bottom, right? So yeah, you talking about Theo Prison for the Mavs on the side? I think those two, him and Tim Hardaway Jr. always seems to be up on the bench, you know, clapping and stuff like that. But as the game went on and the momentum shifted to Golden State, they seem to, you know, be quiet. But appreciate that comment, two Sports. Appreciate that comment. So yeah, they lack of size. It's gonna hurt them this series. They're not gonna push around Draymond and Kevin Looney like they did Rudy Gobert and DeAndre Ayton. They're not gonna do that this series. That's not gonna happen. You know, the lack of the scoring around, they weren't able to get enough contribution, like I mentioned, the Mavericks. And a large part of it is because most of those guys have not been in this position. Spencer Dinwiddie, Jalen Brunson, David Bertans, Max Kleber have not been in this position before. And you're facing a championship quality team and the Warriors that can smell that through their shirts, through their jerseys. And they're going to exploit that, man. They're going to exploit that. They've been here, you know, several times, countless times. So experience beats triumphs, inexperience. The Dallas Mavericks, of course, their star player, he had 20 points. From about the second quarter and beyond, Luka Doncic looked very uncomfortable out there. To start to see, you know, hit a three, like a nice little turnaround shot off a post up. I don't know who it was on specifically, but he did start the game with a couple good shots. But as the game went on, and as the pressure grew and as the intensity grew, Luka Doncic somewhat, you know, kind of flimsed away. And I'm going to tell you a few sequences throughout the game. I think that Luka Doncic, why the physicality got to him, why he wasn't as with this Golden State team. He's kind of a little hesitant. Of course, he had the little scratch on his face. That was actually done by Andrew Wiggins in the first quarter. By accident, of course. Y'all saw what happened. You know, Andrew was and he tried to swipe for the ball. He actually hit. And then I see Luka, you know, at his shoulder pad, shoulder blade, acting like he was in pain. Now, I don't know what's going on with that shoulder, but Luka Doncic said, like, you know, started rubbing it as if he was hurt. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what's the deal with that, but it's the playoffs, so you got to play through it, right? So as I've waned, I noticed the type of defense Golden State put on the Mavericks somewhat bothered Luka. You know, of course, they had Andrew Wiggins guarding him for most of the game. Wiggins, with his athleticism, his length, his quick feet, made it hard for Luka to score. And also on the other end, like I would tell y'all how to do with Luka, you got to make him guard. That's what Andrew Wiggins did. He was not only making it hard for Luka on defense, but he was also getting past him on offense. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy. What's up, Dejan Merces? Welcome to the show, bro. Salute, salute, salute. I want to say the Mavs will play better today because Kidd is such a good coach and they hang their hat on defense. Doncic needs help so they can snag in the paint, but Warriors win six. So I'm going to get to that too, Andres. Appreciate that comment. Now, like I said, with Luka, he looked very, very uncomfortable, especially in that third quarter. I think what happened was Luka Doncic, all that crying and all that, you know, crying to the ref, complaining, that ain't going to work in this series. It's not. I've told y'all I don't like when Luka Doncic does all that crying. Now, of course, I understand there's players out there that do, you know, try to get their calls over us. That's understandable. But Luka's on a whole nother level. He will literally complain about every call that he does not get. and he front runs a lot. I don't like front runners when everything's going well. You want to, smile and skip and all that tiptoe up the court. When you down, you want to complain and complain. I mean, that ain't gonna work this series. Draymond Green, I think Luka Doncic found his match with him because his physicality. Every time Luka Doncic would go to the basket or try to drive to the basket, he was a little bit hesitant when he saw Draymond Green there. Kevin Looney would guard Luka Doncic, who he can't push and bully around. That he would swipe for Luka Doncic for the ball, and Luka would go left, and then here comes Draymond Green with the help side defense. Here comes Steph Curry with the help side defense. Here comes Klay Thompson with the help side defense. So they were very disciplined on the defensive end for the Golden State Warriors. So Luka Doncic got subbed out towards the end of the third quarter, and then after that, it was game over. Okay, so that's how they took the Warriors out. I mean, the Mavs out of that series. Just up to I appreciate you, my man. Appreciate you. Shout out to Dejan Marcus. Appreciate you, brother. Luka not great on defense. Yeah, he is terrible on defense, man. He is terrible. He is terrible on defense. He can't play defense a lick. You know what I'm saying? He said Curry's the biggest front runner in the league. True. I agree with that, Dejan. Curry is a big front runner. I'm gonna get to Curry in a minute. I saw what he did when he was jaywalking on the after he hit that 3-point shot. I don't mind when people, celebrate when they're winning, but don't come back and start, complaining when you actually losing. So I understand your point for sure, though, man. But let me get to the Golden State side. What happened? Let me just start first with this, and people may not know this or probably didn't catch this. There's such thing as having a home court advantage in the playoffs, and we're seeing it on full display with this Golden State Warriors team. The Warriors are the only team in the playoffs who are undefeated. Right? They're 7-0. They're 7-0 at home right now. They have a good job of protecting home court. Every other team in the playoffs have lost one game at home at least. Whether they're in the playoffs right now or they're out. Every team has lost at least one home game. Okay? So Golden State playing up there, obviously in the Bay at the Chase Center, is an advantage for them. You know what I'm saying? All the threes that they hit or shots that they hit, if you're an away team, that you somewhat, it kind of goes to your heart. You know what I'm saying? Your heart drops a little bit more and more to the point where you just want to get out the game or make the game over with. Because let me tell y'all, in basketball, when a team is constantly making shots, that lowers your momentum. Okay, that lowers a lot of your what's the thing I want to say? Your confidence. Okay, now what I'm about to say about this? Let me go to the next thing. I kind of lost my train of thought, but let me start with this also. Andrew Wiggins in game one was very, very good. Putting the pressure on Luka Doncic. I think he had 18 points in game one. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but Andrew Wiggins really turned it up in game one. Now, Andrew Wiggins was an all-star this season. Andrew Wiggins has been the most consistent I've seen him in his career. We all know Andrew Wiggins, when he first came into the league, he was actually compared to Kobe Bryant. A lot of people compare Andrew Wiggins to Kobe Bryant as far as his game. But the problem with Wiggins has always been is inconsistent, and also his mentality of being not committed. So you come to this Warriors team, it's a championship pedigree team who has a set system for you to be successful. Great coach, great around you, great teammates, Curry and Klay Thompson, who do not mind sharing the wealth, and and Jordan Poole, they have some up and coming stars. Andrew Wiggins would be a complete screw up to mess this up, because you're in the best situation you can ever be in. Just ask Kevin Durant. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure KD's having some regret leaving this Golden State Warriors team. So if Andrew Wiggins could not make this work, then he pretty much is just a person that just don't want to make it work. Right? I think Luka will still tonight's game. We'll see. But back to what I was saying with Wiggins. Wiggins was pretty much a valuable player tonight in game one. not only scoring the ball, but also putting defense on Luka. Um, he put the defense on Luka basically on from start to finish. In the third quarter, he started picking Luka up full court. So you have to make Luka work, because if you don't, he's gonna get very, very hot from the offensive side of the ball. So Wiggins playing defense on Luka took a lot of pressure off of like Steph and Clay and Jordan Poole, where they don't have to play defense on him because they got Wiggins, who's 6'7" with great offense, with great foot speed, great athleticism, and quick hands. It somewhat was getting to Luka a little bit. All right, so definitely Wiggins was a big piece. Kevin Looney and Draymond Green, like I said, it's been weird watching Kevin Looney. Like, it's like he's went to another gear with his physicality, hitting the boards. He's only 6'9", okay, but he understands his role with this team. He's kind of another Draymond. He's not as good as Draymond Green, of course, because he can't push the ball like a Draymond Green, let alone score like Draymond Green. But as far as his defensive impact with Golden State, it's pretty similar. They both rebound the ball. They both are in the correct position when they're talking about defense, in positioning off help side defense, ball defense, post defense. They're very similar. And if they can get that through Kevin Looney throughout the entire rest of the series, then Golden State is going to be a problem, okay, for anybody. Because I see a lot of Draymond Green and Kevin Looney on the defensive side of the ball. And Draymond, like I mentioned in the past, he doesn't have eye-popping numbers anymore, but he is a big deal to this team. There's the Golden State offense with Klay Thompson and Steph Curry getting open. Draymond Green's a big part of that. Whether you want to talk about the passing, the screens that he has, off the handoffs, he puts guys in good positions to score. Sometimes I'll be watching Draymond so much, it's like he moves a little bit too fast where he will turn the ball over, but he keeps the tempo going. He knows exactly where guys are going to be at. And that makes Steph and Klay's job much easier. And then he, of course, on defense, you already know what he is. He's a multiple time defensive player of the year. Even though he's not the same, he still has that certain impact. So when you see like an 8-point, 6 rebounds, and like 4 or 5 assists, I understand with the system that he is, state that he's the engine to their team, as well as the toughness. The role players of Golden State, I'm not going to get too deep into it because I think Klay Thompson and Steph Curry have not been their best versions yet. I think that's to come. Jordan Poole, same thing. So I'm not going to talk too much about the role players for Golden State. All I'm going to say is this, is that if one person is not playing on it particularly well, then here comes somebody else, because Golden State just has a lot of weapons on that team. You pretty much added Wiggins and Poole, who can give you 20 plus. I don't know. I'm not going to put a number. I'm not in the series yet. All I'm going to say is Golden State has a lot of weapons over there. You know what I'm saying? I was watching a live video on my Instagram yesterday. It was Donovan Mitchell and Jamal Murray. And this was going back to my point I was making about the home court advantage that Golden State has. I just remembered. They were talking about how hard it is to play up in Golden State because of how when they hit a shot or hit a 3-point shot, then the whole crowd just goes crazy. And you can see that through the TV. If y'all watch the Warriors games through the TV, y'all can see how loud that crowd gets. Pretty much a TV would damn near break. So all in all, if they're hitting shots, they're just going to try to force Dallas to do the same thing. Here's the problem. There's no other team that's going to be able to shoot with the Warriors like that. You're going to shoot your way out the game. Dallas needs to play their game of basketball, their brand of basketball, to have a chance. When you start getting into Golden State's brand of basketball, you're playing into their hands. That's what they try to do in game 1, which is not going to work. Because Golden State can miss threes, but they have another guy in line. They have a Steph Curry, and they have a Klay Thompson, they have a Jordan Poole, they have an Andrew Wiggins, and then Otto Porter Jr. I don't know what has gotten to him, but he seems to be all of a sudden hitting shots off the backboard for one leg, 3-pointers. So they're very, very deep what they got right now, man. So I'm going to let y'all come in here and cook a little bit if y'all want to come here and, talk some ball. My man said, Tuning Sports said playing in Oracle was different. Yeah. All right, so I just let the link in right now. Anybody want to come in here and talk a little bit about this series, you can come in. Like my man Tuning Sports said, playing in Oracle was different. Playing in Oracle was different of how everybody and close everybody was in that arena. Chase Center, of course, is the new building in San Francisco, so it doesn't have that same feeling to it. But I'm just talking about when guys hit shots. It's almost like, it's very hard to overcome. And when you're on the court, actually, and you hear all that, then it's more demoralized. It's even more demoralizing to see. Uh, how do I think Dallas is going to answer the call tonight? I think Jason Kidd, being who he is going to make an adjustment. Well, the first adjustment, I think they're going to be more aggressive getting to the basket, touching the paint, not shooting as many outside threes. I think they're going to attack the paint more. But the problem is, again, when they got Draymond in that paint, it's like almost as if they're hesitant to go in there. I think Jalen Brunson is going to be the one that touches the paint more, and then he's going to set up other guys, to hit shots or be aggressive. Same thing with Spencer Dinwiddie, because even with Luka, they're so keyed in on him. And when I say they, I'm talking about and then Looney and then Draymond, and then with the other help defenders, that Luka, it's going to be very hard for him to get off like he did against Phoenix. They're not going to make the same mistakes as Phoenix did, as Utah did, because Golden State's more disciplined on defense. All right. Tuning Sports said Luka needs to be more aggressive. Yeah, he do. Tuning Sports, he do need to be more aggressive, but again, like I was watching in the second half, especially Draymond, what he does to you mentally, you kind of think twice before getting into the lane. And I don't Luka really wants that type of physicality on him. No matter how much he try to act like he do, I don't think he wants that physicality. Because one thing for you to back down, say a Devin Booker or I don't know, a DeAndre Ayton who's not physical, but Draymond Green is gonna make you feel him when you touch that paint. So Kevin Looney also is a physical dude. So he was taking along Luka, a couple times. Now, of course, he's not as quick as Luka, and Luka's crafty to get past him. But when you got all those bodies waiting for you in the paint, like you're going to be taking more high contested shots. So I think Brunson and Dinwiddie are going to be more trying to attack the paint to try to throw Golden State off their rhythm. That's just my opinion. Because Jalen Brunson, I think, can take that physicality. I think he wants that. I think Dinwiddie, he wants it too, even though he's a lot more slimmer. He does want that physicality. Yeah, keep throwing bodies at him. But with the way Wiggins was guarding him, bro, like, he was really bothering him. He was jumping screens. He was using his length. He was using his quickness. Because I think Wiggins is like same height as Luka. He's like 6'7", 6'8". But he just has, athletic ability. He has length, and he did get physical with him. So, Luka, if he's not getting those calls, if he's not getting the calls of the ref, then you can pretty much check him out. And that's when, Dallas will kind of go downhill from there. You know what I mean? My man, Melo Riley, what's good, bro? Let me know if y'all want to jump into the live. Just drop the link. Tuning Sports said just less bulk. Yeah. It's pretty strong, man. If y'all notice, Wiggins tired. He even said that in the press after the game, post game press conference. He don't get tired. That dude always is on 10 when he's talking about guarding the other players' best player. You know what I'm saying? I thought I didn't know if Wiggins making the All-Star team this year or being a starter was a fluke, or was that just, him just taking that step. I think he's locked in. I don't think it's a situation where Wiggins is just playing in spurts. I think he's really locked in with this team. I mean, how could you not? You're on a championship winning team in a very, very good environment, in a winning environment, with arguably the most unselfish superstar of all time, is Steph Curry. Like, how could you not best foot forward? So I was thinking they might need Gary Payton Jr. back for this series. They might not even need him back. The way this series is going right now, Golden State looks locked in on both ends. But we'll see what happens tonight. Yeah, Wiggins became a great defender this season and very efficient. Yeah, Wiggins has become a good defender, and he's hitting shots. He's hitting his threes, he's hitting his twos, mid-range shots, and he's getting to the basket. His spring, his first step looks good. Everything looks solid. And so I'm very impressed with Andrew Wiggins, his development and his focus this season. Okay, keep hitting that like button, y'all. Keep hitting that like button. But as far as Dallas, man, they gotta somehow match Golden State's physicality by touching that paint more. Because if Draymond senses, or if Kevin Looney senses, or Andrew Wiggins senses that, Luka's scared to go on the paint, or they pretty much got him where they want him. And if they go up 2-0 this series, I'm still gonna give Dallas a chance for Game 3. But in my mind and my heart, I'm thinking, okay, you're up 2-0. I don't see Golden State losing both games in Dallas. I see them winning one of those games at least. So they're not going to play with them like Phoenix just did. So, that's what I'm going to say about that. I'm going to leave the link inside, y'all. If you want to come here and chat it up, I'm going to shut it down if nobody wants to come in here. Andre said Bullock needs to make some open threes, for goodness sake. He is a freshman. Yeah. But did you see what I said earlier, Andres? When guys are missing wide open threes like that, usually that tends to be because of nerves. I mean, there was one play that Reggie shot 2 threes and they missed, and then here comes Brunson, shoots another 3 and they miss. When you play up in Golden State, man, it's a different animal. Like I just mentioned, they're the only team undefeated up there, undefeated in the playoffs is Golden State. So that comes with their crowd roaring and, offsetting the players. So that's nervousness, in my opinion. Because Bullock, he's been pretty good at the three-point line, but all of a sudden, he's missing wide-open shots. The way he was releasing the ball, the shortness of the shots, that's nervousness. So they're going to have to, get the jitters out. They're going to have to adjust to game 1, and they're going to have to hit some shots. Because if they don't, trust me, Golden State will be gladly to take that off their hands by hitting three-point shots. Yeah. So. And also, if y'all didn't see last night, I put my reaction to the video of the Heat and the Celtics, what I thought happened and what I expect to happen for Game 3. So if y'all haven't checked that out, check out that live once I end it here. Because I think that's a very entertaining series as well. Very interesting. But keep in that like button. What's up, Tony Sports? What's good, bro?
Yeah, what's going on, BJ? What's the word?
What's up, my brother? What's your take?
I didn't really see game 1 like that. I saw like parts of the game, so I can't really get like my full take on it. But I feel like what I did see, like it was Warriors was on one. I don't think it's a series until someone loses on their floor. But the game it's all about adjustments, like you said. So they should make adjustments for this game too. I don't think this will be a sweep. I believe the Mavericks will try to make it a series. I don't think the Warriors are sweeping the Mavericks. I know they put Wiggins on Luka to clamp him down, but I don't think nobody can stop Luka. You could just make it tough for the guy. You feel me? Um, I guess that was good putting Wiggins on him instead of Draymond, but they just don't keep throwing bodies at him. You feel me? Making it tough on Wiggins. Luka probably could put Wiggins in foul trouble. You think? Like try to get him in
He
foul trouble?
can. He can if he goes into his body. I definitely think he can. I think, but like I said, I was just thinking like because Luka does his damage in the post for the most part. Getting fouls
Right,
calls, but
right.
I think Luka's a little hesitant to go into that paint with Draymond in there and Looney. So Wiggins knows he got help on backside. So that's why Wiggins you saw was real aggressive with Luka, guard him full court, guard him on the perimeter because he got help behind him.
Yeah, they was
So,
like kept blitzing him, trying to blitz him and stuff like that.
bro, everything, you know what I'm saying? Like, definitely off the screens and when he was tagging to the paint, like, they kept sending double teams and help. I think they picked him off like twice. I think Steph Curry and then Draymond when Luka was trying to drive to the basket. And then that's when he got subbed out. I'm like, this game is over because, Luka really couldn't do nothing. They pretty much read all of his drives.
Yeah,
But
that happens to all the good players. I remember that. I think they was doing that when the Cavs played the Raptors. I think they was doing that to DeMar DeRozan. Like kept attacking him, blitzing him, so he wouldn't like you feel me get that 1-on-1 going on. I think that was the Raptors Cavs series. I think I can't remember, bro. But
right, right.
yeah, I still got the Warriors in 7 games or 6. I'm gonna stand on what I said. I got them in 7. I think for the Mavericks it might take them 2 games, and they'll be ready. They'll be adjusted and ready to make this a series.
Ask you this question: what adjustment do you think Dallas is going to make going in tonight? And who do you feel like is going to have the big game? If Dallas say they do win tonight, who do you think is going to have the big game?
Mm. I mean, if I'm Dallas, man, for me, I would try to get Luka to, like I said, get Wiggins and them in foul trouble. Like get the players that's making it hard in foul trouble early. I feel like look out for the role players like Jalen Brunson and them. To be aggressive and make their shots. Maybe a guy like Jalen Brunson.
Right.
I'm looking at Jalen Brunson, but if I'm Luka, I'm looking to get them in foul trouble, man. I think Luka gonna bounce back this game. I don't think he's gonna have a terrible a bad night.
Yeah, I think Luka's going to play better tonight. And like you said, Jalen Brunson, because I think the Warriors are so keyed in on Luka right now that it's
Yeah, the
going to
main
have
player.
to be one of the other guys to show up. Like Brunson, like I saw a few instances where he was getting to the basket, like he wasn't scared to get to the close to the cup. It's just that the Warriors as a collective unit was just superpowering the Mavericks that it didn't really even matter. So tonight he gonna have to set the tone early by getting into the paint, scoring or kicking out to his teammates. And my gosh, they're going to hit some shots. Reggie Bullock, David Bertans, Max Kleber going to have to hit shots.
Spencer Dinwiddie gotta hit some shots.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Warriors, but
It's a
this ain't the Suns, man. So Warriors is is prepared. Championship DNA. They gonna be ready. Not gonna be a run over like the Suns. The Suns just I don't know.
Well, let me ask you. This is a question that I saw actually by one of these other podcasts. Is where do the Suns go from here? Where do they go from here after
Like
that debacle?
uh, man, it's that's a lot of questions. I mean, it all start with DeAndre Ayton. Like, what are they gonna do with DeAndre Ayton? Like, what's his future with the Suns? Is he staying? Is they gonna do a sign a trade? Because I know he was looking for that deal, but they declined. You know, they didn't give him that extension he was looking for. So I think it all starts with DeAndre Ayton, and you have Chris Paul, who's older Chris Paul, who still can play basketball, but um, is he going to stay healthy? Like, what are you going to get out of Chris Paul and Booker next year? Who's going to be the third option with that team? What role players are you going to surround them with? Do Jay Crowder? I think Jay Crowder got another year on his contract, right?
Yeah, you got another year. Book got till 2024, and then CP got to 2025.
And Michael, he got that contract, so Michael's still going to be on the team. Um, so I think it all started with DeAndre Ayton. Like, where do they go from? Like with DeAndre Ayton, like what goes on with that, and then you go from there, I guess. But Chris
Yeah,
Paul is getting older. Like I said, his championship window is closing. If it ain't already closed, where everybody gonna be, the West should get better next year probably. Kawhi and them will be back. Other teams is on the rise, so it's I don't know. I never had the Suns. I was never impressed with the Suns. They're a good team, whatever. But I never had them as favorites to like win any championship these last two seasons.
yeah, man. Like if you look at the Suns from top to bottom, like they have the pieces, they have the team to do it. They got the shooting, they got the point guard in Chris Paul, they got the scorer in Devin Booker, they got Aiden in the post, they got deepness on their roster, they have the coach, they have all the pieces. But the only problem with them is they don't have that tough guy to initiate
Mm,
um, and force their physicality on other teams. Like look at this Golden State team. Draymond Green is a tough guy on the court.
mm-hmm.
With the Clippers is Marcus Morris. With I don't know, like you look at Boston, it's Marcus Smart. With Miami, it's PJ Tucker. Like all the great teams have that toughness, that one guy to enforce that physicality as well as that leadership. I don't see that with Phoenix. I see a team that can be pushed around. I mean, like Pat Bev pretty much took the closet, like took the curtain off the Sun, saying that nobody fears them.
Yeah. So would you say would you say Jay Crowder is a fake tough guy?
Oh, most definitely, 100%, bro. Because I mean, look at it like this. Did you remember when he tried to do that with Draymond, and Draymond said, "You're not like that. You from Buckhead."
Yeah, I see. He been in a couple situations. I think Jay Crowder. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
he
that though. Yeah, I remember.
he tries to act as if he's a tough guy. I don't know why he thinks he is, but he's not. He he tries to act like he can be that, but I'm not buying it. And players, like Draymond can see through that, and he just be like, hey, just just stay in your lane, man. You're not like that. So Phoenix is not. They don't have that toughness to them. So in the playoffs, you need that.
You need them enforcers and all that. Like a Boogie Cousins. I like the Boogie Cousins. I don't know why the Bucks I let him go early in the season. I like Boogie Cousins though.
Oh, I love Boogie Cousins because Boogie Cousins. Um, that's why I feel like Denver. They're not as bad as people making them out to be. Like Denver's a solid team all around. Like they have a solid team, period. Like, and even with Boogie Cousins, like that puts another guy to give Jokic some rest.
Right.
So yeah, I love Boogie
Let me
Cousins.
yo, let me just ask you a quick question. I just want to know. You a Clippers fan, right?
Oh yeah, all day.
So why did they let Boogie Cousins go? Like why didn't they bring my boy back?
They didn't bring him back. Number one, because they weren't sure if that could be sustained as far as um, his level of play. Like he came in, had some spurs, but I think Boogie's been bouncing around from team to team. Like he just, he went from the Clippers, he went to Milwaukee, now he's with Denver. I think with the Clippers, what happened was basically he was just there for a trial. He kind of came in
Mm-hmm.
just to, I think he was only making like 500,000, something like that, 750K. So he wasn't there for the long haul. I just think he just there for a trial run.
I thought he had an impact with that team. He had his moments, Boogie gonna have his moments, but I thought he had like an impact.
Yeah, bro, I would have loved to keep Boogie Cousins, man, because I think, and then even now, I think he's a better player than Zubac.
Oh yeah.
Salute, soccer updates was good, bro. But Dejan Marcus said, y'all remember when Nikola Jokic punked Crowder? I'm telling you, man, Crowder is not he is not a tough guy.
Crowd,
Nobody's scared of him.
yeah. all crowd gonna do is just laugh. He gonna laugh it off. That's all. Laugh it off and keep it moving.
I remember when Marcus Morris pushed him because he was trying to mess with PG.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, that dude be getting pushed around, man. He ain't no tough guy. But um, let me ask you this last question before I let you go. Who, who, in your opinion, is the best player in the playoffs right now? Anybody else in the comments can say this too. Who's the best player in the playoffs remaining right now?
The best player in the playoffs remaining right now. Ah man, like I said this before. It's between for me in my opinion, it's between Tatum and Luka, and of course Jimmy Butler. He been doing his thing, but for me, I just like Tatum and Luka. Those are my favorites in the playoffs right now. I feel like Tatum. Like I said, I feel like Tatum is the best uh small forward in the playoffs right now.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
I got him over Jimmy Butler. I feel like he's the best small forward that's in the playoffs right now. Not saying he's the best in the world. You feel me? I'm just saying like he's the best small forward in the playoffs right now.
Oh no, I respect it, man. I definitely respect Tatum. Tatum, man, his shot is fluid. His handle, he's 6'9". I like Tatum's game. I wish Tatum would be a little bit more assertive, getting into the mid range and getting to the basket. But his skill set, his bag is top notch. Definitely top notch.
He's not afraid, bro. He's not afraid of the moment. Like he want all the smoke. He's not backing down. He just got that. I feel like he got that dog in him, man. He gonna go with the best. Especially what I seen him did to LeBron in the playoffs. He definitely like caught my attention that year in the playoffs. Like JT been doing this, and he been getting better every single year. Every year his numbers been going up.
Yeah, man. I literally, and I said this earlier this year. I said I would take him over Luka.
Right, like right now.
Period.
Period. Are you
Because
looking at it from the defensive end too? That playing a factor?
exactly,
Okay.
defensive and offensive, and I mean he's more athletic.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and he torches Luka every time he plays him. I don't know if you noticed that, but he torches Luka. Like there's certain matchups, there's certain guys that give other guys bad matchups a hard time. Like you may look at a guy like um, a Jason Tatum, who the media might say that Luka's flat out better, but if you watch them play against one another, you'll see Tatum eat him alive a lot on the offensive end
Yeah,
because
gets the
of
better at him.
yeah, because Luka's 6'8", Tatum is 6'9", but Tatum is more athletic. He's longer. He can shoot. He can score. Um, you know what I'm saying? So he presents a matchup problem with Luka. So yeah,
Like Kyrie and Curry, like that type of match. Like Kyrie will hunt. Kyrie's
right,
like Kyrie was just going at Curry, and that's what you had to do. Go at Curry, make Curry play defense. Guys like that.
right, exactly. That's a matchup. That's a matchup. A mismatch.
Yeah, right. Mismatch. Or Shaq say barbecue chicken. Yeah, right.
Yeah, man. But I'm gonna be back on tonight, man. I'm gonna go ahead and shut the live down. But I'll be back on tonight though after the game.
All right, bet. I'm gonna be tuned in. I'm definitely be tuned in, bro.
All right, bro. Have a good day.
You too, my boy.
All right. So that's my boy Tune In Sports, man. Appreciate all the love that y'all continue to share on the podcast. We'll be back on tonight after the game between after the Warriors and the Mavs. Be sure to tune in. All the new subscribers, like my man Dejan Marcus, Mercius. I appreciate you tuning in, brother. Thank you for subscribing. Everybody else that comes through here, Soccer Updates, Andres Sandoval, Scott Smith, Benit Chima, Mello Riley, everybody in here, man. We appreciate all the love placed to keep. Continue to follow us on social media. Without that being said, pull up a seat, pull up a chair, pull it out. Peace. I like swim well.